The last game of the group stages of this tournament, Rwanda taking on Mozambique. Earlier on, Rwanda won the toss and elected to bat. Opening the batting for Rwanda will be Giselle Ishimwe and Mavel Uwase. In the commentary box with me is John. John, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Tando.
Did you enjoy your lunch?
Yeah, very filling. How was yours? You have a good lunch?
Yeah, it was okay. I enjoyed it.
Great to hear. Opening the bowling from the duck pond end will be Helena Duvani, captain of Mozambique.
Earlier on in the morning, we saw Tanzania beating Malawi. Malawi putting out a good show in the morning game. And the umpire says play.
Dead ball there, batter backing away. Seems there was a bit of talking there as the bowler was about to deliver the delivery. Ooh, wide to start there. Skipper struggling a little bit there to find her line and length. Giselle goes through the covers there. Sensational shot off the back foot. 4 for naught. 6 for naught.
Little ball there by Helena Duvani. Flick to short fine there as Rwanda take a single.
Wind blowing from right to left on your screen there should assist the away swinger to the left, to the right hander. As we get into this power play, Mozambique have chosen to have a deep square leg and a deep point or sweeper on the cover point boundary, as there are two fielders outside the 30.
That was well struck to the leg side as they take 2 runs.
Which makes sense as that they'd want to defend both sides of the field. Being so new to cricket, most of these young ladies, they'd want to protect both sides of the fence as much as possible. Good dot ball there.
Well bowled by the Mozambican captain.
It's end of the first over. Rwanda 11 for naught.
So after this game today, we're seeing 4 teams will be going back home and only 4 teams remaining for the semis. So who do you think is going to win this tournament, John?
I'm on the fence, but I think the top 2 teams, like I've said before, it's going to be a fight between actually top 3, Namibia, Rwanda, and Tanzania. It's going to be a battle there.
Yeah, personally, I can't wait for the finals.
Giselle goes on the cut shot there, 1 run to deep point. In terms of the matchup today, Mozambique and Rwanda, you'd find that Rwanda has a vast array of experience over Mozambique. Mozambique, majority of them only learning cricket in recent weeks and months. Quite a very, very developmental experience for them in their growth.
Exactly, because in this Rwanda national under 19 team, there are more than 5 players who also represent the national team.
Yeah. Rwanda 19 side packed with experience and exposure at this international level. Another single there down to deep point.
And that's a wide ball. The umpire signals Sanjay Bagrav, the local umpire here in Botswana.
Mozambique, what do you think from their side their game plan will be here? What will they be trying to do?
For now, I think it's too early to say, because we're just in the second over. Yeah. But all I know is they'll try as much as they can not to bowl many extras.
Yeah, and I'm sure even from a catching point of view, they'd want to hang on to as many chances as possible. Mm-hmm.
Well bowled there by Darlene Mazoe.
Yeah, Giselle Ishima really wanted a piece of that one. She tried to go downtown over Cow. Yeah, lots of celebrations here, even for a dot ball. That's how happy they are. They're a very tight-knit group, lots of team spirit. They're always singing. Lots to love about this Mozambican side. They've carried themselves very, very well in this tournament. 2 for Giselle, down to deep extra cover. That's the end of the over. 16 without loss. It's clear to see that Rwanda have come out with a bit of intention to actually go as hard as they can and possible. At times that can work against you. You find yourself in a situation where you're not even respecting good balls.
You never know, John. Maybe it's their game plan. It's part of their game plan. I mean, like going forward, they know they're going to be playing in the semis. So I'm sure with this game, they're just like practicing on how they're going to bet in case they win or lose the toss being sent into bet first.
Very true. They might be going through the different game plans here for themselves. It's my second look at them. First game, they really ran hard in the power play. Boundaries was not necessarily a priority. They really ran hard and they took anything that was width. They love width. Oh.
The first game that I watched them play Rwanda when they beat Nigeria, their batters were kind of like initial. They were not expressing themselves more. But then on yesterday's game, I was very impressed the way they took on the bowlers, putting a score of 150 plus on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was very, very impressive. I felt they were also aided by a bit of inexperienced bowling in the Malawian camp. But they definitely took their chances and had a lot of intent. They were very positive.
Exactly. That was...
Oh, misfielded there. 4 runs down to the side screen there. Top hit there by Wase. 4 runs. The score is 22 without loss. The point I was driving at, I think it's still important to try and play the ball on its merit. As a young batter, it's easy to want to look like Virat Kohli or any of these stars and just hit everything out the park, but you still have to show some respect to the game and to even the bowler.
Exactly, as we saw earlier on in the morning game, the Tanzanians, they wanted to hit everything.
2 runs down to deep point. Yeah, and you find that, as a batting lineup, if you're trying to go too hard, now you miss out even on singles. That's the one thing you see, because you're trying to slog everything. So now you're not even taking the easy singles.
Exactly.
And you're trying to hit good balls.
Because the game of T20 is all about keeping the scoreboard ticking, whether is it by boundaries or singles. But I think it's very, very important that the batters get to understand that those singles are very, very important.
Yeah, and that's why, from my first look at them, they are very well drilled side. They're very fit as a team as well, but they're not taking those singles. They're looking for boundaries all the time. If you look at them, there's almost an intent on boundaries.
I mean, like if you check the offside region of the Mozambican field set, too many gaps there, which I feel Tanzania is missing out on them. I mean Rwanda.
True.
Body behind the ball as Rwanda take easy 2 runs there.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned as well, but for number 8 there, Zafala, fielding at cover there. I feel she's a bit too close there.
A flick to the leg side. 2 more runs for Rwanda.
End of the over. Rwanda 21 for naught after 3. Yeah.
So Darlene Mazoe continues from the generator end.
Oh, Nick there from Giselle. Keeper not doing her job. She gets through for one. Unlucky there. Very well bowled by Mazoe. You see, that's the kind of shot I was saying. It's good to show intent, but if it's not there, you have to be looking for one. So there is an area where Rwanda will still need to be careful, or they could lose wickets in a heap here.
They're just putting themselves under pressure for no reason. I mean, they are setting a score. Why play risky shots?
Wow, bold. Lots of celebrations here from Mazoe. Really enjoying her last game here in Botswana.
Actually, she's really celebrating every dot ball.
Yeah, it says a lot, and that's generally how they are as a side as well. Very, very bubbly bunch of people. They're always singing, always clapping. Fielder took a while to spot the ball there. Cut for 4 there by Wasi. 34 without loss.
And the morning game we saw Tanzania beating Malawi. Malawi bringing a very young side into the tournament, and I must say they displayed a good game for us in the morning, being the first team to take many wickets against Tanzania.
Yeah, they were looking at a very, very high score there. Tanzania was at one stage 100 for 2, and they only, after 12 overs, and they only ended up scoring 141. So very, very good work there by the young Malawi side. Owase goes on the leg side for 2. I had a chat with the coaching team of Malawi after the game. They informed me some of the girls have only been playing cricket 6 weeks. You could not tell from the way they
Already out of this tournament, what's next for them?
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of training, getting their fitness levels up as well. As we saw in this tournament as well, it's easy to get injured because of the intensity of a tournament.
Okay.
So I think conditioning and things like that are going to be priority moving forward. Get them stronger, get them fitter. Wide there by Moani.
Nine teams in this tournament, only one spot to go to the qualifiers in South Africa to be held earlier next year. Which team is gonna go through? We just all have to wait and find out after the finals.
Due to the lack of pace of the bowling, I think the Rwandans are struggling a bit with their timing here. Some of the balls also keeping low.
Yeah, I'm sure if you notice the bowlers from Rwanda, they're quite quick. So now they're facing the slow bowlers. It's now kind of hard for them to adjust, and with the conditions as well here in Botswana.
Yeah, they're finding that they have to stay low for much longer in the shot. Deciding to use her feet there. Oh, what a catch there. Moani takes the first blow there. Uwase taken at mid-on. 42 for 1. Sensational catch. Good start there.
It's a good start.
That was no easy catch at all.
So you, John, being a local, having played for Botswana, I'm sure you have batted on these pitches. You as a coach, let's say you are a coach for for Rwanda. What message will you be telling your batters when they are going into bat in there? How are they going to score runs and all?
Just trying to go hard in the beginning. I feel they need to take, 5-10 balls and get themselves into an innings before they can. You need to assess the wicket. Typically, you need to play a straight bat shot, even though it was a full toss, but it's not. 46 for 1. The end of the over. And as a younger player, that's one of the things that I found when you're playing a lower ranked team. I tended to try and go hard at the bowling, and I never really scored much runs against such sides. Because you're getting a full toss here, you're getting one down the leg side here, and things like that. So I found it was still important to do basics right. Even if you're playing an experienced side, you still need to approach the game in a professional way.
Exactly.
Isabel Mabunda coming in here from the generator end.
And it's well struck there through the covers all the way for 4.
Belize Morakete, they're going there through the covers. She gets underway. That brings up the 54 Rwanda. They move to 54-1. 5.1 overs bowled here. They're still going at a very good over rate here. Sorry, run rate.
They are Rwanda making use of their power play. You agree with me? Every team which has managed to make use of their power play, they win the games, John.
Very true. 2 there for Belize. And, I wanted to be overly attacking and things like that, and cost me a lot. So the patience now, as you get older, I'm way more patient now in the beginning, and yeah.
That was well struck through the covers and it runs all the way for 4.
Top shot there by Giselle. They move to 53 for 1 here. 57 for 1. If you look at that shot, how low she waited and patient and stayed on the ball. Yeah, you need a bit more patience when the ball is not coming on here.
So you're always setting a good foundation for your team, hey?
I take it personally. I think it's a responsibility that I have to do. The team needs it. I don't take it lightly at all. Whereas when I was younger, it was about just going out and hitting sixes for fun for myself and trying to show my friends how cool I was. Whereas now it's more of a responsibility that I wear and I love.
Yeah. So batting basically is all about each and every batter taking responsibility.
Oh, top running there. This is more like the Rwanda we know there. Giselle going through deep point there for 2. 59 for 1 after 6. Changing commentary here. Tando Mlilo leaving us. Coming into commentary, good friend, teammate of many years, roommate on tours, James Moses. How are you today, Jay?
Pretty ecstatic.
Yeah. These conditions, I'm sure you'd love to be bowling,
Yeah,
doing your thing.
you said it again, Johnny. In particular against you.
Yeah, you just seem to get my wicket for fun at some stage. Moani continuing here from the duck pond end, bowling to Belize.
Yeah, you think Shane roommates you. I don't try to figure you out. That's the reason why I have you as my roommate. So I can know how you think, how you sleep, how you eat, everything about you.
Yeah,
Johnny.
I think we figured you out as a few batters. We found out that yes, your skills are good, but you also win the mental battle. So you do say a lot to us on the field. You say some things that get us to doubt our own techniques, and that's how you've succeeded. Oh, no ball here. Free hit. Belize is going to want to unleash here. Express herself. So yeah, I found that you often won the mental challenge over me. I think that was, but I figured you out eventually.
Yeah, as I say, 95% of the game have been won there. Yeah, those were some fun back in the days.
Yeah. Ooh. Wide. She'll have to bowl that one again. Free hit still on here. Good patience there by Belize. Top shot. She goes to deep mid wicket for 4 here. 66 for 1. Excellent execution there, capitalizing on that free delivery.
Yeah, Mikey. I hope Mozambique is not going through a formality here. We see they're always very highly motivated when the game started, and as soon as things are not going their way, they seem to fell off a bit.
Yeah, they have to find their rhythm, keep singing, keep clapping their hands. Ooh. She wanted a piece of that one. One thing I've seen about the Rwanda batsmen, they love width. Anything outside that off stump there. They're very good on the cut shot, very good on the cover drive. Cut shot there, should come back for 2. Two there for Giselle. One thing again that I noticed, they're one of the most, the best physically conditioned sides that I've seen around here. They run really, really hard, and they're busy right through the 40 over or 20 overs.
Who's that you're referring to, Mike?
The Rwandan side, they're very well conditioned and very well disciplined as well.
Oh yes. Even the Mozambique also. If you realize the bowler hurry back to her mark,
Yeah.
I don't think they have time in which to bowl the 20 overs. But yeah, it seems like they are very disciplined enough to come to certain perspective
Sweep
of the
shot
game.
there. Giselle getting into her work here, looking ominous here. She moves to 19 of 13 balls, 72 for 1.
Yeah, so Mikey, what do you think about Tanzania? What is their mindset today, knowing that I think they are, Rwanda, knowing that they are already through to the semis?
Another sweep shot there, 4 runs again. Giselle Ishimu looking very dangerous here. 76 for 1.
Yeah, what do you think the plan is? For them to try to get the top spot and try to avoid the top team in the other division?
I think by winning the toss and batting, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to set a big total here and hopefully bowl out the Mozambicans in a short space of time. I think that would be their game plan. That one thing we were talking about with Tundra as well was that in trying to achieve that game plan, there's a method you have to go about it. And initially they were trying to go so hard at every ball, they were losing their shape and things like that. So now it seems like they've settled down. Now they're getting used to the wicket, the pace of the pitch, and the pace of the bowlers as well.
Yeah, but they're still doing very well. The opening 6 overs, did they manage to?
Yeah, they're going at 76 for 1 now. Mozambique seem to be finding a nice tight line here as well. And that's where you want to be. You want to be as straight as possible to the Rwanda side. They really do play well when you give them width, as well as if you go short as well. So you want to be just short of a length, nice and straight to them, not too full. And
yes, they're very seasoned players. I understand. I think 4 or 5 of the players are committed to the senior team.
yeah, there's a wealth of experience in this under-19 ladies side. play a lot of cricket together.
Yeah, I don't know what Mozambique can do to try to find some positive out of here. It seems like the bowler from the generator end seems to be doing quite well. So far, hope she can continue, bowl as straight as possible. But not wit.
Yeah. Oh no, misfield there in the deep. Goes for 4 there. 86 for 1.
Yes, another thing I recognize about the Mozambique, what they think they can build on, they're not short of effort. Yeah, even though from the skill point of view they're a little bit lacking in game time, they're not short of effort. They still put their body on the line. That's a plus going forward.
It's a huge plus. Ooh.
Yes, to our listeners and viewers out there, we're here at Aberoni, oval number 1. Yeah, we're here at oval number 1 for the ICC Under 19 qualifiers, Africa qualifiers. It's a shame that there's only one team is going through to the next stage. I hope that within all this effort from the other teams, we could really find some solace in this, to maybe on the next tour, or this is probably the next tournament, they can organize something so at least 2, maybe 3 teams can do maybe a round robin playoff or something to give a little bit more encouragement.
Yeah, I think 89 for 1 is Rwanda after 8. Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. I think the ICC is going to really tinker a lot. I think over the years, as the years come along, I think they're going to tinker a lot and change a lot of things. But so far, it's exciting to see under 19 pathway for women, which is never there before. And it bridges the gap from young girls into getting into their senior side, and this is it's a wonderful initiative.
Yeah, sure. They'll have those coordination and thoughts as well. What I would suggest, most of the team's management and the team organizations is try to get some
Top pull shot there by Belize, 1 run out to deep square leg.
To try to get some bilateral tournaments going to get these under 19s a bit more game time. We sit here and try to come up with a lot of ideas. I hope we have been listened to and noted. And
two there, too long on. Henrietta Ishime will forgive me there. I've been awarding all her runs to Belize, her teammate. Shirt numbers are confusing here. I apologize there, Henrietta.
Oh, we're learning, Johnny.
She's looked phenomenal since she came in. Really timed the ball from first instance at the crease. She's been going it around the ball and even more.
Yes, these 2 Tanzanian batsmen, they look pretty composed.
Yeah, Henrietta has rushed to 23 of 13 balls. She's really looked sensational.
Yes, Johnny, we should also mention that when we sit here and we commentate and we throw things around, people shouldn't take it personally. We're just bumping ideas here and there. But our suggestion shouldn't hit deaf ears, huh?
Yeah, I think it's a great initiative for the tournament organizers to be broadcasting this out. We're working with a sensational team from Pitchview, South Africa. It's been a very, very humble experience. I've loved every minute of it. And that's one of the reasons why they've chosen to broadcast as well. I think they want to have that feedback from commentators and so forth. Long chase here. Good stop. 2 for Giselle there, out too long off.
Yes, Johnny. This journey for me has been excited. Just to learn a little bit more about commentary, and these guys do help us a lot, huh?
Yeah, really, it's been a good experience. Loved every minute of it. I think we've been in good hands as rookie commentators. Very, very nervous start for me personally, but as you get into it, it's been a good learning curve.
Nervousness is an understatement, Johnny. Only if the listeners wasn't listening, I could have give you more adjectives there.
It's a good thing they didn't have a camera here in the commentator box. They would have seen us shaking. Yeah, but it's been great. Settled in nicely here.
Oh yes, for the first commentary, I don't think I wanted to hear myself.
That's the end of the over. 96 for 1 after 9.
Yeah, but I had a blast. I'm learning. I just got my cap 4 days ago. Yeah, and with the guidance of Tando and my boss back here, Ima, I think who knows? Maybe should we keep our day job, or should we look ahead, Johnny?
Yeah, I could possibly a new career pathway here. Looks like the skipper will be returning from the generator in Duvani. She replaces Mazori.
So what really inspired you, Johnny, to come and sit at this table? Is it what I already know about you? Meaning that you're always curious, very curious young man, as a teammate. Like challenges, that is one of the big things in your life that I noticed.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jay. I think it's something I definitely have thought about and looked at past players that do it for international cricket and thought, wow, this must be fun. You retire and then, travel the world and talk about the game, and what a great job that would be. So when I got the opportunity to do it, I thought, wow, this must be something I have to grab with both hands. Oh, top cut shot there by Giselle. She goes 4 through the covers there. We move to 101 for 1.
Yes, this has opened a lot of ideas that comes to mind, and one of the things that comes to mind sitting here is who should I basically copy? Let me use that word because that's a word we use a lot in the West Indies. Who should I copy? Who would I most likely want to be as a commentator? Who would you most like to want to be as a commentator, John?
Oh, that's a tough one. There's too many. I think obviously the legend from Zim is very, very good. And then I would say somebody from England, being Ian Ward, was someone that I found very enjoyable to listen to. Oh, and from the ladies' side, I think there's a former English player. She's very, very good. Does a lot of Big Bash games as well. Use, I think. Ashe.
Yes, my favorite commentator. We don't get much of him. He's very blunt, direct, and sharp. And I really admire him as a West Indies cricketer also. His name is Sir Geoffrey Dujan.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. My brother and I like to joke about something he said on commentary one time, and one of the batters had just played a rash shot and gotten out, and he commented that, oh, I'd love to be a fly on the wall of the West Indian dressing room when that player gets back and tries to explain what he was doing. So yeah, Dujan is a very enjoyable commentator.
Yeah, another very popular word that he used is the plumber. Get hit in front of the wicket, you said you should call a plumber, that is so plumb.
Oh, misfield there. Henrietta gets a 4 there. Deep mid wicket. 115 for 1.
Yeah, but on a more serious note, Johnny,
It's also the end of the over. 10 overs bowled. 115 for 1.
on a more serious note, I think I've made my 1,001 mistakes. I have maybe an next 2,002 to go. But this is a challenge. I really want to go through with this and see how far I can go with it.
Commentary?
Commentary.
That's enjoyable. I know you love to talk about the game. I'm not sure, all these years we were roommates, I'm not sure we spoke about much. Yeah, so it was all about cricket for us. So yeah, kudos, and yeah, keep going, for sure.
Yeah.
Moani continuing. Top shot there from Henrietta. Straight drive using her feet. 4 runs. 119 for 1. Beg your pardon. I'm 4 runs ahead there. It's 1-1. Now we're at 115 for 1.
I saw it, John. It's allowed. I
Yeah,
already have 1,001 mistakes. You're still creeping up. You haven't got there yet, Johnny.
That's a lot of fun.
So this is part of development. Yeah.
And on that note, you'd see that from a Mozambique point of view as well, the learning gap, you'll note that there's been a 4 that's passed here at long on twice, yet they haven't moved long off a bit straighter, and those are the small little things that they'll learn as they keep playing the game and keep improving. Two down to deep point for Giselle.
Well, during this learning process,
Giselle moves to 50, to 49, needs 1 run to her 50.
Johnny, the umpires and the organizations, they're very lenient with messages coming onto the field, and I think that
another shot down to long off, 4 runs there. Giselle picks herself a 50. She's faced 31 balls and she's scored 53 runs. Rwanda moved to 121 for 1.
Yeah, just to finish my comment, I think there should be a little bit more messages from the dugout, from the coaches and organizers.
Yeah, true. She goes straight again there. Giselle on the rampage here. 4 runs for her. 125 for 1.
All the Mozambique players, all they're just doing is just retrieving the ball, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Giselle as well. Initially, she was trying to go so hard at the ball. She's figured out that the pitch is a bit slow and low, or it might be the bowling. And she's decided to go now much straighter and target the side screen. Top cricket from her.
Yeah, Giselle seems to be very composed. She looks like one of the senior members of the team.
Yeah, very strong top 4 batters. Top running there. Another example of their physical conditioning of these girls. They're running that too. They're very, very hard. End of the over, 128 for 1 after 11 overs.
Yeah, I understand Giselle is also a captain for the senior team as well.
Wow.
What
Highly impressive there by the youngster. Bowling change from the generator end. We have Amelia Mudundo. Starts off with a wide. Big shot there from Henrietta. Misfield by the fielder out at cow corner. 4 runs. 133 for 1.
Oh, John, I think I'm going to make my leave now. I've been hit for 6. It was nice being here, bro.
James Moses has departed from the commentary box. Two runs out to the deep. Joining me in the comms box is LB, as we know her, Leboa.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Thanks so much for having me. I've been listening to your commentary. So colorful. Thoroughly enjoying your take of the game.
Thank you very much, LB.
Very impressed by Giselle.
Yeah, she's been sensational. Another big shot to the deep. Fielder does well this side. They should come back for 2. Henrietta really fancying that deep cow corner boundary.
I'm also curious, Botswana has been, obviously is the host, but for me I wonder a male player's take on watching that.
From what sense?
From watching how Botswana has contributed especially to the development of women's cricket in Africa. You know, having that 8 Nations tournament from as far back as 2013 with teams including Rwanda participating over the years. I wonder what your thoughts are, how you experience it as a male player and just seeing your own home country being able to contribute to women's cricket like this.
Yeah, I mean, can't thank them enough. It's been truly a hard slog for a number of years, and they deserve all the credit. They've definitely invested. And it's also great to see these young ladies. As a father as well, it would be lovely to see your daughter come out there as well and have an opportunity to play the game as well in this country. So it is very, very good for the game, and long may it continue. And then again, I'm a huge fan of women's cricket, so it is something that I cannot talk enough about. Big shot there over the top there by Henrietta. 4 runs to her. Score moves to 144 for 1.
They're getting back to ball, is Rwanda. What would you do in terms of bowling now at this point?
I think, again, because of the inexperience now, they can actually spread the field, but they don't know. Like that shot over the top currently, that player should be back now, that fielder. I think they might be making that move now. They seem to be going hard straight. So those little things where they will learn with time. They are such a young team to the game.
Right.
So knowing how to set a field and things like that is things that they're going to get better with over time. Catch, chance in the deep. She decides to let it bounce and it goes over her head there. Henrietta getting herself another 4 there. 148 for 1. So yeah, you know, they
Joined now by Flo. Florence is joining me. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, LB.
I'm sure you've had some experience against the Ishimwe sisters. Have you
Yes,
played
I
them
have.
before? I mean,
We have.
yes, I imagine so. They've put on a really good partnership here.
They really have. And
Yes.
after 12 overs, it is 148 after 1. For 1, actually. These sisters, they're really doing a great job. You know, when you're playing with the women, the boundary is actually a bit longer. So now it's the young ones, and these are the markings for ICC. So it's quite easy for them to hit over the top. Usually, we'd have somebody at the deep to protect us.
And I'm curious, you know, wides have been a really big part of, especially Mozambique's weaknesses. What are you doing in training as a bowler? What is the coach telling you to do in training as a bowler to improve just how straight you're getting that ball on the lines, how well you're bowling?
Well, you see, with our coach, it's just get your length right, hit that mark. If it works for you, keep it. You can try a few things here and there, but if it's working for you, just keep it. Don't try anything new, especially if the batsman is not threatening you at all. But you could try here and there, you know, just to give a chance to your own country to get a wicket or something. And that was a big 4 there. The score is now 152. Rwanda seems to be cruising over Mozambique. And a misfield there at short cover will give Rwanda 2 runs to add to the total. You know, with Mozambique, I really, really do feel like this is one of the most important learning curves for them. Hitting over the top, the right placements on the field is something that they're really going to take home to fix. And the bowlers will really have to, you know, get their lines correctly, because they really have a tough road ahead of them when Rwanda is going to bowl.
I find that interesting.
They managed to squeeze a single there. Right now, 200 is looking like a blush for Rwanda. Looks like they're just gonna be smiling a little bit.
Don't let anyone from Mozambique hear you say that. They squeeze in yet another one. Now, They've already lost all the matches they've played so far, Moz. You've probably experienced something similar where maybe the tournament doesn't go according to plan. And one of the most important things about, women's sport is being able to retain players.
Yeah.
Shot goes out for a 4. Henrietta. Yes, as I was saying, retaining players. How do you keep players from being so disappointed that they quit the sport eventually? Especially at this very learning phase of the game.
It's a very, very tough question because it all depends on what they do back home, the management, the coaches, and what they decide to do for the young girls. The young lads are obviously going to be disappointed when they leave the tournament, having to lose everything and not getting at least a single win. So it's up to the management in any country to actually get them, push them a little forward, not giving them enough rest so that they could just come back, perform a little bit better, play against each other or invite some country to play with you.
And play while it's still fresh in their minds.
Exactly. Now they've learned a few and just give them that opportunity to teach the others as well that did not make it for the squad so that they get more competition amongst themselves, fight for that place in the 14th spot. Yeah, that's definitely something we do look at. Right now, the projected score for Rwanda is a 252. That could be very, very possible at the rate they're going. It's not an impossible number at the moment. But will Rwanda be able to jump over the 200 mark and be the first team to do that? Beautiful shot there behind a deep square. Mozambique is really, really struggling at the boundaries, not being able to save most of the 4s that Rwanda is getting right now. Henriette really looking good with her 50. With that 4, she got her 50, another yet 50 in the tournament. This is her second 50 of the tournament from only 23 balls. That is a beautiful strike rate as a batsman myself. Mozambique really needs to break off this partnership and get a little bit of encouragement from the wicket. It's something that they really do need right now.
And that has a lot to do with closing these gaps. That
Mozambique seems to be protected there at deep cover and only managing to get a single. Rwanda is cruising for that projected score of 252. Abelina really needs to get her line right. She's bowling all over the place, one on the leg, one on the off. Sometimes it's short. That is a big one, and it
Bounces
only
inside.
manages to get a one bounce, giving Giselle 77.
this partnership going really well for Rwanda.
It
A
really
really
is.
positive way to step into hopefully what could be a semi-final for them, and if this is their third win in 3. They do still have one more group match to go. That is on the 9th.
It really must be disappointing for Mozambique to be hit left and right. 1-4 on the off, 1-4 on the leg side. It's really something that they have to correct at this point. An incredible strike rate for Giselle, 210. I tell you, as a batter, these are one of the scores you never see at all. And Henriette is at 191. This is amazing. You actually see these kind of strike rates when it's only one ball faced and you score a 6 from that. But now we're seeing somebody crossing the half-century mark and having such a strike rate. It's definitely incredible.
And I wonder for you, Flo, does this tell you that whichever team, or are we seeing such good cricket that whichever team goes into that World Cup qualification spot will be able to compete with the nations that have qualified, including Zimbabwe and South Africa, for Africa?
I definitely see that. With the rate that the top 4 are going at right now.
Oh, that was so close. Hits her palm and falls out of her hand. Rwanda gets 1 from that one.
Let's hope she's not injured, because that was a very, very powerful shot there from Henriette.
She seems okay though.
You can see it with the umpires. They like to check first before they give it a go. You know, you don't want any injuries or returning injuries, because it could deem a threat to the team, especially if that person is one of the key players of your team. And that brings the end of the 13th over, 182 with only a loss of 1 wicket. I tell you, Rwanda is nowhere worried. Darlene Mazoy coming in from the scorers end.
Shot.
You know, you gotta say the level of athleticism here from the Rwandan batters is definitely remarkable, because usually at this point of time they'd really be tired. There was a lot of singles there, a lot of 2s, and thanks to the misfields of Mozambique, they were able to steal 3s as well. And I'm pretty amazed, because they're not looking tired at all.
Yeah, the fitness has been a big discussion for Team Rwanda. But I'm also very impressed with captain for Mozambique, Delecia Duvani, who has been giving them some really good, as the ball goes out for 4 there.
That was an amazing 6.
Was it a 6?
It was.
Oh, I thought it bounced inside. That was impressive.
That was an amazing 6.
What a shot. Really good performance here.
That was a big 6, bringing Rwanda to 189. 14.2 overs gone. And this brings back to my point. The ground is smaller, and the 2 batsmen at the crease there are definitely playing for the senior team. Oh my God, Giselle manages to push Henriette for 3.
Henrietta was stuck a little bit there.
She definitely
Giselle
thought
said,
it was
I
gonna
want
be
one
a
more.
2. Pushing the other is something that you don't see quite often.
And the wonderful thing about cricket is that it's a nice dance between being very careful and taking some big risks.
A chance left by Mozambique. They are definitely not doing well. Dropping those catches, not timing them properly. It's definitely a problem for Mozambique here.
And that one bounce giving them another 4.
Definitely. And the score moves to 196. I have to tell you though, Darlene must not be happy with these drop catches. So many boundaries in this over.
Yeah, but we keep speaking about it repeatedly. Mozambique will take home a lot of lessons about, even especially in the fielding department.
Definitely a good save there, long off. Only managing to give Rwanda 2 runs. But you see, one thing with Giselle, she's always looking for that third run. She is running hard, and she's only 4 runs away from yesterday's man of the match, her partner there at the center, Henriette, who managed a 93, missing a century by 7 runs. Now we just have to see if Giselle is going to accomplish that.
She's come back and she wants to correct her error, I guess.
Yesterday she missed a 50 as well with 7 runs. I'm sure now she's very, very happy with what she's doing for the team so far.
It has been a very dangerous partnership here for Rwanda.
The highest partnership we've seen so far, 157 between Giselle and Henriette. And now the strike rate for both the ladies there is gone over 200. We had Henriette with 191, managing to cross over the 200 mark. Is something you don't see quite often in the under-19 team, but these girls have a lot of experience with the senior team. So I have to say it is quite possible and not really surprising.
I actually wish the listeners or the watchers via YouTube could see our team at Pitch Vision are so impressed with these ladies. They cannot believe the numbers that they're seeing. Everyone is unbelievably shaken by how good these girls are performing at the moment.
That marks 200 up for Rwanda, the highest score so far by the tournament. Rwanda must be very happy, setting a stepping stone here in Botswana, leaving a mark, and it is not going to be easy for Mozambique to chase this down.
No, not at all.
With regards that they've lost all of their games, having the lowest score of 19 in the air chance, and they drop it there. Darlene drops the catch there.
Yeah, she will be disappointed with herself, Mazoe, after that one. It looked as if it was right under her.
And if she could have taken that catch, that would have marked the end of Giselle's dominance here in the game. Now Henriette aiming to do more than what she did yesterday. As you can see, although Mozambique is very lively on the field, not letting the intimidation from Rwanda get to them.
And that's been the most outstanding thing about this team. They have continued to keep a positive attitude. They've continued to keep each other going, continue to encourage one another regardless of the score, regardless of the circumstance. Very well fielded there.
That is commendable from Mozambique. Ever since I was an under-19, I was a child, I've seen this about them. They are always energetic and not losing any esteem as a team, encouraging each other as well as the bowler, regardless of how painful and hard the game is.
Exactly. Now, John and James were speaking actually about that, about how one of them used to win the mental game over them. That encouragement is a lot of the mental game, isn't it? To stay positive and keep believing that you can get a wicket, you can catch the balls, and you can keep trying.
Definitely, and only 4 runs from 5 deliveries. But Giselle manages to ruin Lucia's beautiful over and ends it with a boundary, bringing the score up to 207 for 1 after 16 overs, as well as the spell for Darlene, who conceded 37 runs compared to her bowling pair.
You remember playing Rwanda in the Eight Nations? Where are their strengths? What do you remember about them that you think is memorable and gives us performances like this?
Unfortunately, LB, I can't give you an answer about that one because I was not there during that Eight Nations when Rwanda was here. Fortunately, we have what we call exams and school, and they kind of caught us off guard there a little bit. But I played against them during the qualifiers, managing to steal a win from us with only an over left. You know, that is something you see when you see strong opponents against each other. You don't see a game being won already before the last ball is bowled. You see a lot of competition. You'd see one winning and one losing, and then the other time the other one comes back to win and the other one starts losing again. But it is part of the game.
It is part of the game.
The vice versa conversion is very, very common in these tough competitions. Amelia Mundundo coming in to at least savor her team, but she misses the line there with two and a great save there at cow corner. You know, you've seen this about Mozambique. They always have two chasing the ball in case the other one saves a boundary. The other one can easily throw, saving 2 runs at the boundary.
Impressive there by Irene Mulovo, I believe, who stopped it with her foot.
And that one just flew a full toss delivery to Henriette, and she manages to punish it down through covers as well as deep cover. She couldn't even run as fast as the ball to try and stop it, you know. Isabel there at deep cover, not really doing much effort because the ball was faster than her.
95 it is for Giselle. 77 for her, 71, excuse me, for Henriette.
It looks like Giselle is looking at that century. 2 runs ahead of Henriette's score yesterday. I'm sure it would definitely make the coach proud if she did jump over 100. You know, Giselle is one of the most better with runs there.
In the tournament.
As well as across the world. She does have a record. This will not be her first century, actually.
Incredible.
I think this would be her second. I think her highest run, 128 before. She is the first in under 19 to get a score this big. She's only 5 runs away from that century. I'm sure all eyes are on her. Her teammates are definitely going to be cheering her. Can already see that they're ready to make some noise as she faces the 17th over with the score at 217. With 9 wickets at hand, Rwanda is definitely relaxed here. And she gets a lolly, but she misses it. And the umpire calls a no ball 4 there. I'm sure she's going to be happy to face a no ball, which is definitely going to give her a chance to hit very hard. Getting a boundary or 6 would definitely be her mission here.
And to reach that century. And that's the beauty of watching women's cricket, is a lot of everything that we see is firsts. And we can see the reactions of these young women as they achieve really great things for their countries.
You're definitely right about that. Giselle proving that I did earn a captaincy, not just by my seniority from the senior women, but definitely by the bat and sometimes the ball when she bowls as well.
And it tells you exactly why Rwanda want her in their senior women's national team at 18 years old.
Such a talent they have here, Rwanda. I have to give credit to the coach as well. He has definitely made a remarkable help to Rwanda. A contribution that is much needed.
And just like that, number 99.
That gives She's only left with 1 run to reach her 100. That is something the teammates are encouraging her for, and she's also preparing for it as well. The score moves to 226 for 1 after 17.1 overs. Giselle might be thinking, should I just block it and run? Should I just tip it and run? Or should I just get my century with a big shot? We can only see. And she does go over the top. That secures Giselle her first 100 in this tournament, but her second 100 out of a lifetime span. That is a job well done there from Giselle.
Absolutely deserving of a round of applause. Number 99.
The 4 that came off. Yeah, no, we got it. Okay, cool. Because the umpires didn't signal anything. So
She is 2 runs ahead of her jersey number. Do you think she gave herself 99 to give her encouragement all the time to always look for a century and while playing cricket here?
I would think so. She probably crossed her mind when she was selecting her jersey number. 99 is a good one to go with. That's a great aim to have as a cricket player.
It is, actually, it really is. Lucia has been quite expensive in this over. With 12 runs already on the board, moving the score to 229. Giselle definitely pushing Henriette. You can see from the way Henriette is running, she seems a little bit tired, but she has to push through for her team. Only 2.2 overs remaining. It's definitely going to be a hard one for Henriette. She is currently on 77. Will she also be giving us the century with her pair, Giselle? The partnership moves to 189, the highest by far in this tournament, and I don't think there's ever going to be any other great thing that the coach would want between the batters in the middle there.
And what a way to tell everybody else in the tournament that you want that semi-final slot and you want to play for that World Cup berth out in South Africa this January.
You know, when a team secures half more wins that when they're in the group stages, it's really, really good to see, because you don't want a situation where you depend on your net run rate to see whether you have a spot in the semi-finals or not. A big shot there from Giselle. Unfortunately, it wasn't hit hard enough to cross over that boundary, that touch on the ground. That brings the score to 236 after 18 overs. This is definitely going to mark history as the highest runs made in the under-19 ICC qualifiers here in Botswana. History made by the team from East Africa.
Just another reminder, the ICC Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup Africa qualifiers. 1 slot up for grabs as these young ladies try to be the one who heads out to South Africa in 2023 January.
A great save there, long off. This is a second save from the Mozambican fielder, Abelina Antonio. Definitely doing a better job there at the boundary. You know, this is one thing I've noticed about Rwanda. If the ball is too outside off, they won't leave it anyway. They'll try and charge for it.
They make use of their opportunities, and that's what you want out of any two batters standing between those wickets.
Definitely. Mind you, the ball is not dead, and I can't believe Henriette and Giselle left it like that.
Commentators, guys, speaking about opportunities.
Definitely. A powerful sweep between deep mid-wicket and Cow
They
corner there.
are coming for everything. These young women, the Ishimwe girls, leaving nothing on the plate.
And that brings Giselle and Henriette's partnership above 200. 202 partnership, the best so far. You can never see something greater than this. Henriette is still on 86, so she is yet to bring the 100 for herself. And she is pushing hard. But she only manages to get a single off that one. With only 1.2 overs remaining, it's definitely going to be a difficult task for Henriette to go to that 100. 110 from 54 runs. An economy of 203 is Giselle.
Now, Florence, something that I was speaking about with John just before you came in was the role of Botswana as host today. And just as the home of women's cricket in the African continent, I found that 8 Nations women's tournament that you've played many, many times, and many other women's competitions being held here. They hosted Kenya for a tour. Just constantly trying to improve women's cricket. How did you experience that as a player? I mean, you coming out of the under 19 all the way up to senior women's. How important was that for your development as a cricket player?
It was definitely a game changer for any under 19 who was moving up to become a senior player now. You see balls being hit left, right and center by women 20 years older than you, and you're just 19 years old. You just left the under 19. It's definitely a surprise that you wish what came to you a bit earlier. And now when you start to watch women's cricket, now you're no longer young. You're holding a lot of luggage on your shoulders. You also want to do like that. You want to hit those sixes and those fours. You're definitely shocked every single ball. Every single delivery one of your teammates makes is definitely a hard toil that you be like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. It's already so hot from the weather, and now the opposition is bringing something hot.
I find that very, very interesting. So competitions like this and being able to play ICC World Cup against some of the best in the world at your age group will prepare you for that.
Definitely. 4 or 5 years now into the Senior Women's League, it's definitely something we're used to. You see a pace bowler being hit for 6, the fastest you have in your team being hit for 6. But now you're like, nah, it's a normal thing now. You see your spinners being hit for 6. Every ball, 6 sixes in an over. You're wondering,
what are we going to do?
Is this the life we prepared ourselves for? But we have to take it as is, and there's nothing we can do about it.
And a great learning experience too.
Definitely. You see, one of the opposition, the women's there, will have 2 sixes. Having 12 runs already on the board from just 2 balls is something you see often a lot. Henriette offers a chance there, but Mozambique fails to take it. And they will run back for the second one. Looking for a third there by Giselle, and they do get it. A misfield is definitely gonna cause Mozambique, and now another overthrow, giving them 5 runs there. Giselle definitely pushing Henriette. Could they go for the 6th run? Giselle does push Henriette.
They ran 6.
I told you about the level of athleticism here for Rwanda, bringing them 253 after 19.3 overs for 1 wicket. It's definitely impeccable. I have to tell you, this is something you long to see from under 19s.
I will say though that Henriette will have some words for Giselle after the game, because she has pushed her and pushed her and pushed her repeatedly throughout this game.
She definitely has. The fitness that Giselle has is definitely
very impressive.
Indeed.
She's got some lungs on her, that
Henriette remaining 4 runs to push her to her 100. Will she end it with a boundary with only 2 balls remaining? All eyes are on Henriette right now at the moment. She looks to be wanting to go very hard. Look at that stance, very wide open.
Swings. Contact, and it goes out for a 4.
And it does. Henriette gets her 100. 100 up for Henriette. I have to tell you, with 1 ball remaining, she pulled it. This is a great partnership. 217. I have to tell you, I am bewildered by the situation in front of me.
It is
as
something.
a batter myself.
Spectacular performance
The
from
opening
Rwanda.
batter, Giselle here, still at the crease. Henriette, still at the crease. This is remarkable, I tell you.
This has been an absolutely dogged performance. They left nothing to chance, and they took every single opportunity that Mozambique put on the table for them. What an impressive performance by Rwanda.
Definitely. Henriette missed her 100.
And on the last...
And that marks the end of the innings with Henriette giving away her wicket. They tried to run that one really fast, but Henriette seemed to be very tired. Giselle was already there by the time Henriette tried to complete that run. But it is a beautiful, beautiful innings for Rwanda. 259 on the board. It is amazing. Giselle ends the game against Mozambique with an unlucky Nielsen, 111, while Henriette says goodbye, 100, but unfortunately she got out. That is amazing to see from the batter.
We have just been treated to an incredible performance by 2 of the future of Rwanda's cricket. These girls will definitely be going home with big smiles on their faces, regardless of how this tournament ends for them, regardless of whether or not that berth at the World Cup is theirs. Credit to the coach, incredible performance by his girls, and what a partnership.
It definitely is. Giselle having 24s and Henriette having 13 fours, but giving us 2 sixes, 2 big sixes going outside of the ground, closer to the boards there. The ICC boards, the sponsor boards is something you don't see every day from an under-19, which goes back to my point. If you have somebody that's been playing for the senior ladies team with a boundary this small, it's definitely something you see to make use of that. That helped them push them to 217 partnership. I have to say, other teams have a long way to go.
I'm sure Uganda and Namibia, who've already qualified for the semi-finals, will be watching this and looking to see how can we deal with this partnership? How can we break it as early as possible if ever we come across Rwanda in the match? Mozambique will have a lot of work to do as they begin their chase in that second innings. Flo?
Yes, they do. Although Henriette did give away her wicket, she did a great job for her country. It's always good to see the opening batters there giving the top order, so the ones at the bottom can relax and focus on the bowling. And we hope to see the fastest they have, Belise coming in, taking those quick wickets as she did in the previous game against Malawi.
And there must be some kind of confidence boost that comes with putting up such an incredible score, 259, just before you go in and field.
Definitely. I have to tell you, it was a good and a beautiful way to wrap it up. Rwanda doing the most here, giving a very hard knock to Mozambique, who have lost all the game. They tried to come back a little bit after getting Marviel out, but it definitely didn't work for them, because right now they need 50.5 strike rate, which seems impossible at this point. But if they hit it as hard as Rwanda, they could try and get closer to that before 20 overs.
So you are the coach for Mozambique. What are you saying to them now in this break before they go into that batting and take to the crease? What advice are you giving? What do you need to say to these girls for them to at least show themselves and give something as they face the ball?
As a coach, it's definitely one of the hardest things if you want to encourage your players, especially when they have such a high score to chase in just 120 balls. It's definitely going to be hard, and if they do lose those quick wickets, all I can say as a coach to my players would definitely to enjoy themselves, at least finish 20 overs if it's too hard for you to chase the score down, and have fun at the middle there.
It is going to be interesting to see how they approach it as they step up to the bat. That we will be back for the second innings.
Yes, and I really hope that Mozambique gives us a game to remember here against Rwanda.
All right, we'll be back for the second innings between Mozambique and Rwanda. We are at the Gaborone Cricket Oval where we're playing the Women's Under-19 World Cup Africa Qualifiers. One slot available out in South Africa for next year's World Cup, the very first one for this level of women's cricket. Stay tuned and come back to hang out with us.
Ndithanda uyongisondela.
Afternoon, welcome to the ICC Under-19s Women's T20 World Cup Africa Qualifier. Last match in the group stages of this tournament. Rwanda taking on Mozambique. Earlier on you saw Rwanda winning the toss and electing to bat first, putting a total of 259 for 3 in their allocated 20 overs. Top scoring for Rwanda was Giselle Ishimwe, scoring 111 of 57 balls, hitting 24s in that inning, with the help of Henriette Isimbi, scoring 100 runs of 46 balls, hitting 13 fours and 2 sixes. Belize opening the bowling for Rwanda from the dark-pot end. Opening the batting for Mozambique will be Duvan and Emerino. Dot ball it is in the first ball of this innings. Will Mozambique be able to chase down that score? I'm not alone in the commentary box. I'm with Wycliffe. Welcome, Wycliffe.
Hi, Tandu.
What did you think of the innings of Rwanda?
That was actually nice to watch. It was actually amazing. Oh, there's a shout out from LB and it's given out. And that's actually a bad start from these two batters. So yeah, back to the Rwandan innings, I think it was actually amazing to watch. The two batters hitting the ball around, getting the Mozambican ladies, the fielders, to be actually clueless. Even the bowlers, they didn't know where to bowl now at the end of the day. So it was actually good to watch these two batters showing their skills, putting a huge score on the board. Yeah, and now they have actually a good start. The first over, there's 1 wicket down already.
Mozambique chasing a total of 259. As it is, cricket is a mental game already. They're already 1 wicket down.
Yeah, definitely it's a mental game. You have to keep your heads up high there, then you play the ball, one ball at a time. Another good ball straight to the wicket there. And it's given out. 2 out of 2. What a good start from Belize. She's on her way to a hat-trick ball there.
This game seeming to be a one-sided game.
Yeah, definitely. By the look of things now, I think the Mozambican ladies are actually more on the back foot now.
Mozambique seems to be not having any clue whatsoever on how they're going to chase down this total of 259, Wycliffe. This being the highest total in the tournament so far.
Yeah.
Of course, after that 191 which Namibia put on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think the Rwanda ladies will actually be more on a driving seat here in this game because they actually put the highest score ever. Looking on Mozambican ladies, I think they didn't manage on their 4 games on their group stages. They didn't manage to put a 100 plus score. So I think it's been actually a hard thing for them to do, putting runs on the board.
And it's a hat-trick ball for Belize. Will she strike again for Rwanda? Oh, and it's a dot ball. She misses on the hat trick.
That was a good ball there. Blocked from the batter from Mozambique to prevent Belize to get a hat trick ball there.
Seems Belize is aiming for the pads. She's just bowling on the block hole, of which I think it's a good thing for her to be doing now.
It's a little bit of an offside ball there. Yeah, going back to the Rwandan ladies, the way they are fielding actually in this first over, taking 2 wickets so far. I think the captain be actually giving year bowlers to bowl straight. Looking like the Mozambican ladies, they actually in a hard condition now, like how are they going to dress themselves to play the ball which is straighter. That is a quicker ball there from Belize.
And that ends the over. Score is 0-2. So pardon me, earlier on I said this is the last match of the group stages. But the last matches of the group stages will be on Friday. The big one being Rwanda taking on Tanzania.
Yeah, that's actually a not to miss match between the two giants from Western Africa meeting each other. So yeah, definitely it has been actually a match to watch, a must-watch match there.
Exactly, Rwanda proven to be too good for this Mozambican team. I understand in the Rwanda team they've got 5 players who also play in their national team.
Yeah, that would be actually a good boost to the other young ladies who are just coming into this structure, playing more games in such tournaments. Yeah, I think Rwandan ladies, they actually have a boost in their team. Talking of experience, they will actually not seen the two batters actually playing their shots freely. So yeah, I think Rwanda, they actually the tournament's favorites.
So Melville, what's it coming from the generator end? 2 dot balls ball in the over already. Mozambique needing 259 runs more to win this game. As the coach Wycliffe, what message will you be sending to your bettors?
At this point, looking at the current situation, I would just advise them to actually play one ball at a time. Yeah, just stick around in the crease. That's a good shot there from the batter. There's a fielder behind the ball and managed to throw. There's a chance for a run out there. Managed to get the 2 runs. What a good piece of running there from the 2 batters. Yeah, I think that's what actually they have to do at this point. Just to respect a good ball. And then they can actually if there is going to be a bad ball from the Rwandan bowlers, then yeah, then you punish. And also running between the wickets.
Rwanda sending out a message to the other teams that they are here to win it as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think it should be actually a big threat for the other 3 teams. That's a wide there. Yeah, I think in this point they actually send a good message to the other 3 teams which they are going to meet in the semi-finals, saying that we are in for it. We want to win the match. We want to go to the World Cup. I think that was a good, actually a powerful message sent out by the Rwandan ladies.
Interesting match coming ahead of us on Friday. Rwanda taking on Tanzania in the last group stages. A match not to be missed. I'm sure in that match that's when we'll get to see who is better than the other.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Tanzanian ladies also they'll be looking forward to put more runs on the board. Whereas the Rwandan ladies, I think they're in a good position to score. That's a wide. That has been 2 wides in this over. Yeah, I think Tanzanian ladies, they'll be actually looking forward also to get the grab from that match on Friday. That's a swing and a miss again.
I'm sure the Friday game is where both teams will judge themselves.
Yeah,
Looking forward to the semi-finals.
yeah, definitely, because there's been a small debate here saying who's going to win: Tanzania, Namibia, Rwanda. So yeah, Uganda. So yeah, I think we actually have to wait on Friday and see how it goes. Both them.
And Rwanda strikes again. The third wicket for Mozambique falls down, leaving the score at 7-3 after 2 overs.
What a good ball there.
Yeah, it was just aiming for the stumps. You miss, I hit.
Yeah, that's a good ball from Giovanna Uwase. Like I mentioned earlier, I think these ladies are actually going to bowl wicket to wicket. They're going to bowl wicket to wicket. But it seems to be hard for the Mozambican ladies to actually play straight. As we can see, the new batter, she's coming in to bait. That's Amelia Lucas Mundondo. So I beg your pardon, that's Isabel Inacio Mabunda, the new batter coming in.
Is Isabel gonna take on the bowlers of Rwanda? Let's wait and see. Because Wycliffe, that total is too much on the score, but
Yeah,
259.
That's actually a big score. That's actually a big score. You can see the Duvane trying to push the ball through the offside.
And the way things are going right now, the Mozambican batter seems to have no clue whatsoever on how to score runs and to reach that target which Rwanda made.
That's a
earlier
good
on.
shot there from Duvane, punching the ball through the offside. The fielder behind the ball managed to get the ball, but they managed also to get 2 runs there. What a good shot from Duvane.
She played it very well. Good timing, good use of the feet, getting in line.
Yeah, I think that's what we want to see here from Mozambican ladies, these 2 batters. You have that mindset of not getting scared. What a good shot there. I think that's what we want to see here. The Mozambican ladies putting some effort on their bat, and we see how many are they going to score.
Giovanni looking very solid there.
Yeah, definitely, he's actually looking solid. She's not even scared. That's a good shot there, driven straight to extra cover there. And a good stop there. They managed to get a single run.
I think the best thing for the Mozambican batters, what they can do now is just play their shell. They should be free, be out of their shell, express themselves as much as they can.
Yeah, I
Because at
think.
the end of the day, they have to put the scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, exactly. I think to them, they have to actually take this as a practice game, since they've lost all their matches. Oh, what a good ball there from Bellis to finish the over.
3 overs bowled. Score is 10-3. Giovanni on 3 and Mapunda still on 0. Rwanda putting 259 runs on the scoreboard. Mozambique needing 250 more runs to win this game.
Hey, that's way too much. That's too much. That's a big score.
Required run rate is just above 14. And the current run rate, they're just above 3 runs per over.
That Raku Fabio Duvane trying to stick around on the crease. That's an attempt there for a push on the offside, but misses the ball.
Melville Luwasa continues from the generator end. Will she strike again for Rwanda?
Yeah, definitely she'll be looking forward to get some couple of wickets. There's a big appeal there.
I'm sure Rwanda wants to finish this match very fast as they can, so that they can go and rest.
Yeah, definitely. I think they need a rest, especially those two batters. They're actually running hard in between the wickets. And they even ran 6 singles. I think it was actually my first time seeing that in a women's match.
So what are you saying about women's cricket exactly, Wycliffe? What are you saying about women's cricket? Are you saying women are not fit? What are you saying?
That's a good shot there.
And it goes all the way to the boundary, bringing the score to 15-3.
Yeah, I think these two batters need to stick around, play their shots.
Back to my question, Wycliffe.
Yeah.
What are you saying about women and fitness? Are you saying women are not fit? What are you saying?
No. Now I believe women, they actually fit. Since I have witnessed myself these running ladies, the way they run. Now I think I'm at a point whereby now I believe women, they're actually strong.
Thank you very much. If I can take you back, do you know women are the ones who started this game of cricket?
Yeah, I think you can actually take me back there.
Thank you. If you didn't know, yes, the women are the one who started the sport of cricket. Even if it's called the gentleman's game, but it's us women who started it. We put out the show, we laid out the foundation for you guys.
Yeah. That's impressive to hear.
Uwase continues from the generator end.
Good shot there. An attempt for a catch. And the ball draws short. And that brings the over. And the score is 15-3. End of 4 overs.
Current run rate now is just 3 runs per over. Required run rate is above 15. Pressure keeps on to be mounting up for Mozambique.
Yeah, looking at it,
And the Rwandan bowlers seeming to be too good for the Mozambican batters.
yeah, definitely. Talking of experience, like you mentioned earlier, this running side, I think they have 5 guys who actually have much better experience in the squad. So yeah, I think this actually contributes to how the score it is now. And the new bowler coming from the dark pool end is Rosin Herrera.
Even if Rwanda is proving to be too good for Mozambique, I hope Mozambique are taking some positives from this game, Wycliffe.
Yeah, definitely. Just like I mentioned earlier, these guys, they must actually, there's a misfield there from the mid-wicket, and they managed to take a 1 run. Like I mentioned earlier, Mozambique, they have to take this game as a practice for them. Because by the end of the day, they have nothing to lose. They already lost their every game which they played in the group stages.
But I was quite impressed by Malawi in the morning game against Tanzania. We see Rwanda striking again. Another wicket falls for Mozambique. 4 wickets down already in the power play, and the score is still on 16. Mozambique failing to make use of their power play, having no clue whatsoever on how to score runs in this match. The Rwandan bowlers seeming to be too good for them.
Yeah, definitely they've been outclassed here. They are actually struggling to play a straight ball. The previous ball there from Ferreira was actually slightly full ball. So yeah, I think the coach she's actually watching there from the dugout. I think she's writing down some lessons, the key areas for them to actually work on. But I think the batting area side, they must actually work more on their batting area so that they actually put some runs on the board.
But I really appreciate these women coming to play in this tournament. We have had brilliant cricket being displayed by them for the past few days. And I hope in the next tournament, Mozambique is going to come back stronger.
Yeah, definitely. They have to. The attempt for a single there. Good piece of fielding from mid wicket. That's Herineta Isimbi. And the new batter is Fernanda Alinda Savala. Attempt for a catch there, the mid wicket region. They managed to take a 1 run there.
So earlier, yesterday we saw Botswana being put out of the tournament, losing to Uganda. Wycliffe, as a local, what do you think can be done in Botswana in terms of women's cricket for it to grow, for it to improve?
Generally, I think the girls need more time playing matches. I think that's the only way we can actually develop, so that we can actually get to a point whereby we actually compete, like touring our neighbors Zimbabwe, going to Namibia, going to South. Yeah, I think that's the only way we can actually boost the girls.
So 5 overs bowled, the score is 18 for 4. So back on that topic of women's cricket in Botswana, I heard they traveled to Zimbabwe before these qualifiers, in preparation for these qualifiers. Do you think they had done enough preparation coming to these qualifiers?
Yeah, I think they've been working a lot here, but I think they're actually lacking game time. Like looking at it, the chance for a catch there, and it's taken. Rafael Fabano Duvani trying to go over mid-wicket there, but it fell short. What a good start from the Rwandans. I think they actually need to get this match over and go have a rest, waiting for the Friday match.
So it's 5 wickets down for Mozambique. The score is 18 for 5 after 5.1. Rwanda putting a high score of 259 on the board, the highest total so far in the tournament after the 191 which Namibia made. Rwanda needing 5 more wickets to win this game. I'm sure they're going to win it with a very huge margin, Wycliffe.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to win this one with a bigger margin. But they've been outstanding with the ball and the bat. They attempt for a run there. What a good piece of fielding there from the fielder, extra cover.
Yeah, earlier on we saw the hard hitting of Giselle Ishimwe scoring a century, 111 runs of 57 balls, hitting 24s, 80 runs from the boundary.
Yeah, that was actually some good strokes there.
200s in the Rwanda batting team.
Yeah, that was actually amazing to watch.
Henriette Simbi hitting another 100 for Rwanda. Having a partnership of more than 200 runs. That was exceptional batting from the Rwanda batters.
Yeah, that was actually good to watch. That's Sylvia Usabinyoan-Mana bowling from the generator end. There's a good shot there.
That was well
From
struck
Ane.
over mid-on and runs all the way for 4, bringing the total to 22 for 5 after 6.
And then that brings the end of power play. And the score is 22 for 5. And joining me now is the man himself, Mr. Innocent Ndaula from Uganda. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good.
I'm happy. At the peak of my powers, I was a spinner, a left arm. I'm happy I come into the comms box with the spinner taking over things here. Rosine Irera. She's giving it some good air, not afraid. 5 wickets down, 22 runs on board. And then she's click, bang, boom time here. Wicket number 6 falls. 22 for 5 becomes 22 for 6. I don't only come into the comms box, I bring wickets for Rwanda. The East Africans are rising here. Mozambique will feel very, very happy with a good shift they did put out in the field. This level is a tad too high for them, but you've got to give it to them for an effort they did in the field. Rwanda is asking tough questions with the bat. These Rwandans, 5 players from this Rwandan side have had a taste of the senior cricket. They've also fresh from a Kwibuka women's tournament back in their home, and they've played an elite league with some of the best players in the world. Rwanda has done the structures, they've done the hard work. They deserve to be winning here.
Yeah, definitely. You can actually see the way they are addressing themselves on this game. They want to win this cup, going straight to World Cup next year. Oh, there's a chance there for stamped out.
Oh, shucks.
And the umpire gives out. And the batter still on the crease, looking so confused, asking the umpire. But yeah, the umpire has already given her out. She has to walk down to the dugout. What a good piece of fielding there. You can actually see the keeper is actually dancing to the music here. She's enjoying the vibe.
It's been that state of affairs here. Rwanda have been all over Mozambique like a bad rush. They've harried them. They hogged all the food on the plate. They look like these big bullies in school. That is Rwanda for you today. Small East African country, but showing a lot of power here.
Yeah, definitely they've been outclassing the Mozambican in and out. So yeah, I don't know what could be the a good score for the Mozambican lady looking so far. Are they going to pass 50, 40?
For me, it's about them playing more time. They should stay at the middle, stick it out, play more overs, get the experience, hit a few team KPIs, because victory won't be any of the KPIs they set out.
Yeah, definitely. I actually mentioned it earlier also with Tando. But these guys, they have to take this game as a practice for them, and that brings the end of the over, and the score is 22 for 7 after 7 overs.
Looking at this day today, you see that the high score in the tournament was 191 for 4, set by Namibia against Botswana. Will Rwanda coming to dispel all that?
Yeah, I think
Rwanda coming today and scoring 259 for 2. The in Ishimwe namesakes, the captain Gigel, getting 111 from 57 balls. And then Henrietta Ishimwe getting 100 exactly. She was dismissed on the last ball, a run out, 100 from 46 balls. These girls have been on fire. And they didn't just do that. I can tell you that along the way, the two namesakes featured in a 217 runs partnership for this second wicket.
That's actually a record for the under 19s women's.
Tando was here earlier, and she was talking about the 20 boundaries that Gigel scored. But Henriette, fresh from the fire break invitational T20 tournament, playing for the Bami Army there, where she picked up a wicket on her first ball, getting 13 fours and 2 big sixes, showing that she's fresh from England. And that is boundary, welcome boundary there for Mozambique. Well struck boundary. As you see, it rests all the way from Abelina Antonio Moine. Bowling it ever slow and slower. Sylvia Osambimyana.
And that brings the end of the over. The score is 27 for 7 after 8 overs.
Changing room feeling is all good. Right there in the frame, you can see Girankundi Neza. I don't know if she's the media manager of the team. They are looking all slick and sly. And then the coach, Leonard Namburo, all the way from Zimbabwe, having a glass of water. Well, he could have a beer now. His job for the day has been done.
Rosina Irera continuing. Boye, third over. What a good ball there, driven straight to mid-off, chance for a run out.
They survive because the throw from Belis Murakatete is not thrown to the right end. That was the bowler's ball. They could have had another wicket down. Flight and more flight. Attacking is the middle name for Rwandans now. They are attacking and attacking. Everyone is in the 30. You look around the park and you see that there's only one person, and that is in the air.
First shot there. First shot to the mid-on.
Didn't want to catch Cynthia Tuizere.
Straight to square leg, attempt for a run. And that brings the end of the over. And the score is 27-7 after 9 overs. I think the Rwandan ladies, I think they're actually on in a good space to actually bowl these two batters out. Looking at it, the previous bowler, Rosini Herrera, she was bowling actually a bit of a short ball, giving the two batters time to watch the ball all the way until they actually play the ball. So yeah, I think they'll be looking forward to bowl fuller. I think on the fuller length there, that's why they get their wickets. Ooh. And there's a swing and a miss there. That's Abelina Antonio.
This group not decided. The two teams in this group that are unbeaten. You look at Tanzania, yet to lose. You look at Rwanda, 100% record. Only the weather will separate these two. But I tell you, on Friday morning, it's going to be happening.
That's the game.
If you're watching and you have a friend who's got another friend that does love this gentleman's game, tell them to get their streams. Pitch Vision South Africa is giving you the pictures in high HD version. Chance to catch. It's there in the air. It said high up in the air for a long while. She could have taken a cup of tea and still taken the catch. Wicket number 8 falls. 28 for 8. We're into the 10th over here. And well, Rwanda have bullied Mozambique. Would be a perfect headline. But at this level of the game, you say Mozambique have gone down fighting. The level was just a tad too high for them.
Yeah, definitely.
They will go back home, they will take lessons, they will tell the rest of the mates, we were in a very beautiful place at the Havani, but the cricket was tough. And the Botswana Cricket Association over.
Yeah, definitely. I think they have taken takeouts also in this match, in this whole tournament. What to work on and what to expect if you are playing at this level of cricket.
Of course, Marie Jose Tumukunde coming into the attack. Tumukunde, famous name in Uganda where I come from. Marie could be one of my sisters if I check properly. After getting a wicket in the over, she gives out some freebies in white. Mozambique did score the lowest score of the tournament, getting bowled out for 19 by Tanzania. They are 10 more than that today, against what I think is a seemingly stronger side. Hit over the top. That's a nice shot from... they're running very hard for the first one. Is she home? Yes, she's safe and dry. Even the dive wasn't needed. My man Wycliffe Hailey, tomorrow is a day of what are you going to do tonight?
I think I overheard you saying you're going to host us at Havani there.
I see you believe in rumors.
We're gonna come back to that one. That's the end of the over, and the score is 30-8 after 10 overs. So begging on it, so are you saying you don't wanna host me?
I'll host you not at the hotel. You must take me out, take me somewhere. You're the local boy here, the best umpire in Habarone.
Yeah, definitely.
Hit over the top there. Chance to run for one very quickly. And they desire a second. No ways, they won't be taking the second because they've already seen what Rwanda can do. The quick arms, the quick running. These Rwandan girls are jet-heeled.
That's a good piece of fielding from Giselle. She's actually good senior running, cutting those that other single, and throwing back to the bowler. That clearly shows you how fit she is and how she actually prepared for this tournament. Another good ball there. Another dot ball there.
This is the last qualifying event for January's Under-19 Women's World Cup that will happen in Benoni and Poch.
Chance for a catch, and it falls short straight to mid-off. That's Giselle Ishimwe. That's an attempt there for a drive. Chance for a run out. That's a direct hit, and the umpire giving it out. What a good piece of fielding there from point. And the batter, she's actually confused also. She thought she was in. Oh, that's a good cricket. And that brings to 9 wickets down for Mozambique. And we are only one away for the victory of Rwandan ladies. And then after this, my man. I think after this, the most celebrated journalist in Botswana, Miss Lebua, she's gonna take me out for drinks. Definitely.
Hey. People are really enjoying the combs.
That is stingy.
11 overs gone here. I tell you, Mozambique have done their fair bit, playing more than half their innings against a chance to catch it. No, that is running away. She get it. Come on, run faster. Yes, she'll come through. None for one, none for two, but it is 4 runs across the boundary. Nice day of cricket. We've had a perfect breeze cutting across the oval the whole time. This is on seam bowler here who terrorize any opposition batting lineup.
11. Talent Antonio Mazoe trying to survive. A good shot there, trying to punch the ball straight back to the bowler. That's a swing and a miss. think Darlene and Antonia, she looks like she wants to take some boundaries there. She's actually swinging the bat a little bit with more power here. So yeah, I'll be actually happy if she's going to hit at least one boundary.
Just tuned into the stream, you should know that score is 35-9. Mozambique chasing 259 for victory. Tall order. That is the end of over number 12. Score is 35-9. But if you've just switched on to the stream, you should know that this is going to be the inaugural edition of the World Cup for the under-19 women across the world. And this is a historic and iconic event to be held in January in Potchefstroom under Benoni in South Africa. Chance to catch Sylvia Usambimiana back into the attack. She has 1 wicket already. She gives it flight. It is wide. How all the neutral fans here wish Mozambique can get to the 50-run mark.
Yeah,
Tall order, it stays.
Definitely, I think they'll be actually happy. Put a half century on the board. That's the victory of the Rwandan ladies. Bow them out. They managed to score only 36 runs on the board. What a lesson from the Mozambican ladies here. And the victory for the Rwandan ladies.
36 all out is what Mozambique get in the chase over 259. They fall short by 223 runs. That's one of the days in office that will live in your memory with a bitter taste for a long while. But these are under 19s. They look to improve. And they're not even shedding any tears. The Mozambicans, they know the hard lessons have been learned. They are dancing because the ICC have been very kind and good to everybody in Africa. 9 nations here for a qualifier. You can see that they party, they break a leg for a reason, because the experience has been worthwhile from a team that scored 19 all out in their first game. They can now top it up and get more. But for your reasons, you know that South Africa, the host nation, Australia, Bangladesh, England, India, Ireland, New Zealand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, United States, the West Indies, Zimbabwe, Indonesia, Scotland and United Arab Emirates have already qualified for this event. Africa has one more slot for the associates who will be joining the test playing nations Zim and South Africa. We will know who will be representing Africa by the end of Monday next week. That's the story from here, a day on which records have tumbled. A records galore for Rwanda, 259, the biggest score of the tournament. The first 2 centurions of the tournament, surpassing what Proskovia Alako of Uganda scored, 93 of 55. Here, Gijel Ishimwe, the captain, gets 111 from 57 with 24s, and then Henrietta Ishimwe getting 100 exactly of 46 balls with 13 fours and 2 mighty sixes. They also featured in a partnership of 217, a double-tone partnership for the second wicket. It couldn't get any better. for the losers, Sierra Leone, Mozambique, they take home some consolation. They were able to pick up 2 wickets and they've gotten a whole lot of 36 runs. But at the end of the day, it is Rwanda who remain unbeaten with a flawless 100% record.
You could just throw it out. Even the other one already.
We will be joining you for the match presentation with the beautiful Leboa Moraine in a jiffy, still on your streams. It's French. You have to pronounce the French accent.
Please give yourselves a round of applause today. A big congratulations to both the teams, Rwanda as well as Mozambique. Incredible performance. The game started with Rwanda winning the toss, electing to bat first, and they put up an impressive 259 for 2 in 20 overs. Mozambique chasing that and managing 38 runs for all out in 12.3 overs. Congratulations, ladies. Another round of applause for both of you. Some outstanding performances today. Giselle Ishwane putting up Ishwane, right? Ishimne putting up 111 runs today from 57 balls. She actually put up 24s in today's performance, like really great one. Henriette, also Ishimwe, putting up 100 from 46 balls. And then in the bowling department, Rosin Herrera, she took 3 wickets, bowling 4 overs. While Beriz Murikatsi, she took 2 wickets from bowling 2 overs. A really good job, ladies. Now, can I get Mozambique, the losing captain? Does she have a translator? Hello? Are you translating? Yes. Okay. This is for you, been a really great learning experience, I think. Can you tell us about one thing that you're walking away from after facing Rwanda?
Ela disse que é aprendizado que vocês tiveram hoje. E o que achaste do jogo de hoje contra a Rwanda?
Pois é, apesar das derrotas, né? Nós estivemos aqui, agradecemos por estarmos aqui. E apesar de tudo, aprendemos novas coisas, já que essa é a nossa primeira viagem, aprendemos muita coisa e quero parabenizar as equipas de Botswana, Rwanda e mais equipas que estão aqui, né? Quero agradecer muito.
Although we lost, we say thank you for inviting us to this tournament. It was very interesting to be here. And we say congratulations for all of the team who are here, Botswana, Rwanda. Congratulations for the winning. And we learned a lot in this tournament, and we will promise that we will improve for next matches. Thank you.
Great words. We promise to improve for the next matches. One more question. You guys have such great energy. What keeps you going for the 20 overs? We want some of that.
Ela está a perguntar. Ela disse que nós temos muita energia, desde o primeiro até o último. Então ela quer saber qual é o segredo de ter tanta energia.
Eu acho que é muita união, né? Nossa equipa tem muita união, nos entendemos muito e no início da primeira derrota e da segunda derrota aprendemos muita coisa, por isso que decidimos melhorar muito e é por isso que chegamos até esse nível de termos mais espírito.
Oh, she said that because we are united, our team is very united. So we keep ourselves with the spirit of the match, of playing, and we try to do that from the first until the last moment. And it's, it's all.
Congratulations, you guys did a great job and good luck on your way back home.
Thank you. Fizeram bom trabalho.
The best energy of all the tournament, ladies and gentlemen, Mozambique. Now can I have the winning captain, Rwanda? Hello, captain, how are you doing? I'm standing here with Giselle. Incredible performance today. What was your favorite part of today's game?
First of all, I have planned to play all of us and play on the ground and building partnership with my teammates.
Yeah. And you finally got the special 100. How exciting was that? And then doing it with your partner at the same bat?
Yeah, I'm so happy to doing this. It's so happy.
Well, congratulations. And she can stay right here, right? Tando, if you can come and present the Player of the Game award to Giselle Ishwame. 111 runs. Ishimwe. Giselle Ishimwe. Everyone needs correction. 111 runs from 57 deliveries, 24s scored. Congratulations. Yes, take some pictures. Big smiles. And just like that, we have come to the end of our presentation. Congratulations to you, Rwanda. Good luck in your next match. You will be playing on the 9th. That's on Friday. Goodbye.